Alright, boys and girls, as you can see in the title of the video is pretty self-explanatory. I went ahead and purchased this SNB cold air intake for my 17 F250. And here's the part number. This is the D for dry. And I went with the dry only because I didn't want to mess around with oiling my filter, even though they give you a nice little measuring tube and all that cool stuff with it. Videos on how to oil your filter the correct way and everything. I don't know. I tend to think it's not oiled enough. I've had K&Ns and AEM, AFEs in the past stuff, and I tend to over oil them, and I get oil on my mass airflow sensors, so I have to keep on cleaning it off so I can get the correct reading. So I went with the dry one. It says extendable. I think that means you can kind of like knock it off, maybe wash it. I'm not sure, but anyway, so I've pre-cut this tape obviously because I don't want to cut myself trying to make this video with my cell phone. And I do make my videos with my cell phone only because it's just much more convenient. I do not have a GoPro Hero 6, 5 or 6. I have a 3 and it doesn't have image stabilization. And I really don't want to hold my DSLR while I'm doing these videos. So anyway, kind of an unboxing video. Well, actually that's what I'm going to label it as. So nothing really fancy to see here, but I haven't really seen an unboxing video on these. So this is going to be your front scoop. It's going to go right up top up there, going in. You know, this is your inlet scoop, and I'm assuming this is probably for your actual filter to go inside of the whatchamacallit, because the tube itself going to the turbo inlet will be oval, so I'm assuming this is for the filter. And butt plug, so this is going to be your plug for the main box if you don't want to have the two ports opened up like that. This is going to be your main bracket. This is going to hold your battery tray and the airbox all together once you swap positions, because this kit does swap the position of the battery, and I will show that on a future video. There are some really good videos out there already for this truck, and the SNB actually has a perfect video of that woman installing it on these trucks, and she makes it look so easy. I'll probably mess something up, but this is all your hardware: band clamps and foam inserts for, I think, one side of the airbox. We'll get to that in a second. And then miscellaneous hardware for to bolt down the airbox itself and battery tray and so forth. So that's pretty generic stuff there. And then here are your battery extensions right here for the positive, because like I said, you will relocate your battery to the rear of the airbox now, and your airbox is coming to the front. And so you will use these battery extensions for the double positive going there, and of course they give you some nice shrink wrap here with the hardware to extend your battery cables. I'm just kind of, I mean, in my experience, with my RC car stuff, even with heat shrink, if it's moving around at all, it will tear right through it, especially a bolt that's going through like this with the screw just kind of hanging out at the end. So what I might do, I might get some type of caps to go, you know, like they have on kids' play sets, and they got those plastic caps that go at the end of the screw, so no one's gonna take an eye out or scrape their knee on it and stuff like that. Might find one of those somewhere. Anyway, and here's your mass airflow sensor cable extension as well, and that's because everything's going to be relocated. The intake is coming forward, like I said, and so is the intake tube, and you're going to have to extend your cable to your mass airflow sensor. So let me get the tube out first. Here's your intake tube. This is going to your turbo inlet, and this is going to the airbox itself, and there's your mass airflow sensor port. I think they said this kit comes with the, it should be in this should be in the hardware kit somewhere. It's like a foam gasket or something for the mass airflow sensor. I'll do an inventory on all this stuff. There it is. There we go. See that guy right there? Mass airflow sensor gasket. So it's really cool, actually. I like how they do this. I mean, there's not a lot of companies that do this really anymore. They label each bag with a part number, so you know exactly what you're installing and what you might need to replace if you break it on install, or if it fails just from manufacturing defects, whatever, or you need to order a new one later on. So here's going to be your gasket for the top of the airbox, and that's going to seal this plexiglass plate with S&B's logo on there, and that's going to go right on the top of the airbox to seal it up. And let me try to untie this. One hand, there we go. This is actually packaged pretty nice, and I mean, logistically makes sense to put this actual filter in the airbox while transporting to save space, but also to protect it. So it's in some good bubble wrap in there. Let me see if I can get this thing out without shaking you guys around too much. Take the bubble wrap off first. Let's see if I can reach in there. And oh, come on. Palm it. I was never good at palming a basketball, but I could kind of do it. So this is a massive air filter. I mean, you can see this thing, it's just humongous. This is bigger than any air filter I've had, but it's also the biggest engine I've ever had on any vehicle, any truck. So this is a massive filter. Let's kind of get closer to the truck, and anybody that has these, let's just get right by the license plate. I mean, it's the size of a license plate, you know? So, give you an idea of how large this thing is. See anything special on the top? No, just plastic. I know my K&Ns and stuff like that, and some AFEs, they have their metal plate right there at the top of the filter, at the end of the filter, I should say, with their logo stamped in the metal. But this is going to be all enclosed, so it doesn't really matter. And so, actually, so were the other kits, so I don't know why they did that. I think it was just a generic thing. So here's the two foam inserts you're going to put right here for one side of the airbox, and obviously this is going to be your main inlet right here to the engine. So it comes in the airbox, the engine. This is the front of the vehicle, and this is where that scoop I was telling you about is going to go, just like that. So it's going to sit just like that, and then the scoop's going to go just right there. Bam. So it's going to be pretty cool. Everything, I mean, I just slid that right on. I mean, it's obviously computerized, stuff like that. I mean, it feels good quality. That rubber piece felt really good. You know, for rubber pieces that, compared to rubber pieces that don't feel good, I guess. That was that gasket I was telling you about for the top plate. This is going to be a see-through plate. I will orientate this later. It's be something like that. Something like this, you know what I'm saying? And the gasket that goes on there, rubber gasket, to seal it all up. This is a huge box. I mean, I think the stock one is pretty large too, but this is a huge box. It's a huge box, so pretty cool. And last but not least, your battery tray. This is actually pretty thick. This is a very thick plastic. Oh, it's double walled. I'm not going to take it out of the bag, but it's just a double walled plastic. Feels like a really good sturdy kid's toy. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My phone is set on that 10 minutes recording. But anyway, like I was saying, those kids' toys that are built really tough, you know, those ones they pedal around, they, you know, Flintstone it and everything, they last for freaking ever. I have my kids' toys like that sitting out in the sun for several years, and they barely are showing signs of any fading. So this seems like that same type of toughness. I'm not going to open that up, though. You guys get the idea what a battery tray would look like. Anyway, and just look at other people's videos. So this will, I'm not going to do an install video. I possibly might set up my GoPro and do some type of time lapse. But so I don't look like a total idiot, I will stage all my tools first. So I'm not running all over the place during that video. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, very basic, but also very intricate kit. This is more involved than any other intake kit I've ever put on. And like I said, I've had AFE and a couple K&Ns and stuff like that, and you know, and I did the air raid throttle body spacers, all that stuff. Everything that everyone did back in the day that really found out that it didn't do nothing for their vehicles if you didn't put a tune on your vehicle. So, with that being said, there's no tune required for this kit for the 6.7 liter power stroke, and this is true all the way from the 2011s and up, and I think I want to say even the 6.4s, because of the way they design their kits, the airflow and the placement of the mass airflow sensor, from what I'm reading online, from what I kind of gathered up, I believe that's the reason why you don't have to tune it. But obviously without a tune, you're not going to take advantage of the full potential of a kit like this. So the good and the bad. The good is you don't have to tune it, and you're still going to get some power increases. I believe that there was a dyno somewhere online. If you look up dynos for this particular kit on a 17 F250 6.7 liter, yada yada yada, I want to say the gains was like 4 horsepower and 30 something foot-pounds of torque, which is actually really good, because if you look at kits that come for gas engines, they're claiming like 15 horsepower and 30 something foot-pounds of torque. I mean, maybe at the flywheel or something like that. I've dynoed my 05 F150 with a K&N kit on it, and I actually lost horsepower. I don't know how, but they said something about me running too lean and all that stuff, and I lost power, torque, but I gained a snappier throttle. So I don't know, whatever. So the reviews I've seen on this: better throttle response, better fuel mileage, and increase in horsepower and torque. So I'm all for that, and I believe this kit will pay for itself. With the gas, with the diesel here in California, actually Southern California, I'm paying $4.09 a gallon right now. So if I can gain a few more miles per gallon, I mean, this kit might take several months to pay off, but if you go by that. But I was more going for the snappier throttle, the least amount of turbo lag as possible. And yeah, the bad part about this kit, obviously, without a tune, you're not going to take full advantage. So I'm not tuning my truck unless I can get custom tunes, which are illegal in California. Everyone knows that. It lives in California, or at least in a smogged area, smog required zip code, and I'm not dealing with that crap. So anyway, it's all here, looks good, and once I install it, I might, like I said, I might do a time lapse, I might not, but yeah, I took advantage of, and I believe it's ending here probably before this video even goes up and gets posted, but 4 Wheel Parts had they paid the tax and it was free shipping to the store, so I went ahead and I got this. Now I think I could have got free shipping, but it would have been like 5 to 8 business days, or it was next business day to my local 4 Wheel Parts. So I said, forget it, local 4 Wheel Parts, and to pay my sales tax. So this kit out the door, everything $329. It's exactly what it is on their website. That's MSRP or whatever retail price. So I can't wait to get this on. Today is Tuesday, and I know it's going to take a little bit of time from what I've been seeing online, and I do want to take my time with this kit, so I don't want to just slap it on and hurry up so I can feel the power and feel the benefits. I want to take my time and get everything buttoned up. I want to, obviously put my cables nice and zip tied away. I want to find those little plastic pieces, like I was saying, for the ends of these nuts or these screws. And if I can't find anything like that, then what I'll do is I'll probably wrap it with, I have some rubber stock laying around, and I might put a piece of rubber inside of the shrink wrap, inside of the heat shrink, wrap it around that, and then put some tape on it and give it a little bit better protection right where that screw is. There might be a better way of doing all that, but whatever. Now, as far as this plug goes, and you can see on this side, I was telling you, this is, I believe, the back side. No, this is going to be the passenger side, or the side of the vehicle, so the passenger side of the vehicle. And you can put this plug on, or you can leave it off. Now, I'm thinking, because I live in a kind of a dusty area, and you can see, I just got dirt down there, and half of my front yard is dirt and stuff. And I'm kind of rural for the most part out here, so it gets dusty out here, and I don't know. And when going to the desert and stuff, I don't know if I want this thing open too much to the elements, which will clog my filter faster. And I will have to obviously read the literature on the dry filters. On, do you just brush these off with like a soft brush to get the dirt off, to extend them, they say, because it's extendable? Or do you rinse it and just let it air dry and keep it going for a little bit longer? But it's not a bad deal if I can get a longer life out of one of these aftermarket filters and pay $80-$90 for a replacement one. And I don't know what they are on the website. They might be even $60. I didn't even check. And if they are, well, that's awesome, because a stock replacement filter for these trucks is like it's like $70. So it's kind of a win-win in a way, if you want to look at it that way. So yeah, kind of made a really long video here, but I will get this together probably on the weekend, and I will post the completed project. What I might do is I might set up my tripod with my DSLR just so I can kind of talk with both my hands, and then maybe get in the view of the camera this time and show you what it looks like on the truck, and then start it, and then do some revs, and I might even throw my GoPro up in the wheel well or something like that and take a drive, but I doubt it. I don't have that much time. But we'll see. It should take me a couple hours, maybe more if I'm being very cautious like I usually am. But I do have other projects going on at home, so this might be put on the back burner, but I'm not sure. But I will post the video as soon as I get it up in the truck. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I guess wait for the next one. Oh, and an update. I will eventually throw an update to the front end of my truck, but just a kind of a quick thing. Still no fix. So anyway, later, guys.